Hey lovers, it is camera falling time already. Started early on this one. It is a warm week one of the playoff greeting. Look at me, I'm not even wearing pants today. Week one of the playoffs. Greetings from lovely Charleston, South Carolina. I'm not wearing pants not because I want to show Sharp what a real man looks like, but just because I don't really feel like getting dressed quite yet before this big company dinner cruise thing that we're doing that I don't particularly want to do, but here I am. So anyway, I don't have all the info normally that I would have ready. I wasn't planning on going on this business trip. I was basically told I had to, so like a day ago I kind of like resigned to it. But the big news coming out of last week was who was going to make that final sixth playoff spot. Was it going to be Sheck or was it going to be Sharp? And it was pretty close. It was a pretty toss-up. Sharp got the win. He beat me, prevented me from getting that Big Ten win mark. But Sheckton did what he needed to do. And Sheckton made the final playoff spot, but he doesn't get a lot to thank for it. He is in the dance, but he has to play against Big T this week, reigning two-time champion, trying to make it a triple on the fantasy front. It's going to be a tough matchup. Right now, Tom is favored by like 40 points or some bullshit like that. It's going to take a big, massive performance from Alex Sheckton and his Adirondack Playing Squirrels to make it out of this one. Tom, as we know, is a force come playoff season. He I don't know, he's a motherfucker, isn't he? Just when you think the guy might not have a great season, he puts it together, and now he's... Don't tell him I said this, because he'll never shut up about it, but the guy's fucking good at this shit, and I don't know how he got so good, but he is, and I don't want to tell him that he's good, because, I mean, he's got such a small ego as is. He would hate it. He's so humble, he would hate it to know that I thought he was so good at fantasy football, but he is. So, shh, don't tell him. But so anyway, that's going to be a tough match, Sheck, but hey, you made it in. You're the 6th seed. Teams have done worse, right? So let's go. It's going to be a big one. I'm still calling the victory for Big T. Nothing but love for you, Sheck Monster. But his team's a fucking buzzsaw, dude. You're going to need the perfect game. The perfect game. Then after that, you have Zach versus Brad, former primary leaseholders facing off once against each other. This time one goes home and the other one moves on to the next round, and they're not sharing a home anymore. So I guess on a certain level it's less awkward than it would have been had they were still together. But anyway, Zach versus Brad. Brad is maybe on paper the best team that is out there. His team is legitimately good, but it depends on a big matchup by the New England Patriots. I am not sure who they play this week. I want to say it's like the Jets or something like that, but I could be totally wrong. Maybe it's the Colts. I don't know. But I don't remember them having a particularly tough final stretch here towards the end of the year. So as long as Tommy Brady does good and Rob Gronkowski does gooder, Brad's going to be in a good shape. So Brad versus Z. But then again, Zach has managed, he had one of the better records for a good chunk of the season this year, and really kind of impressed this year. Zach is unorthodox in his vocabulary, but is finding ways to win in this year's fantasy football competition. So Zach versus Brad, I'm going to go with Brad again, because Brad is actually my dark horse favorite. I think Brad's going to win the whole thing. We're talking about just a matter of days before his wedding. Brad is going to have the good juju, and he's going to be on his way to the first ever fantasy championship, and he'll just be keeping it in the Greg family, and we might as well just all drop out of this league. But them's the breaks. So I'm going to say Brad over Zach. Meanwhile, Jordan and I limping into the playoffs. Both of us really had disappointing final ends of the season. I think I went like 1-4 in the last 5 games or something like that. Jordan, as we know, kind of sputtered just a little bit earlier than that. And has maybe gotten like 2 or 3 wins in the last like 7. So it hasn't been pretty for us. The week off could be good. I know for me it's kind of nice to not have to think about it. I just get to watch you ponies scrap a bit. But them's the storylines this year. Me and Porge are going to sit back, eat some popcorn, kick our feet up. Meanwhile, Barron and Justin and Sharp and Chase, they didn't even make the playoffs, so they can just hang out too. We'll not even throw a party for them. We'll chill out. We'll eat. You dumbasses can scrap a bit, knock each other out, slap each other in the nuts a couple times. And we'll see who comes out of this matchup and who faces who. But like I said, I'm predicting Brad over Zach. and Tom over Sheckton, leaving me 1 against 3 in the Greg Boy competition, in which, frankly, I will be really happy if I win 1 game, because the way we're falling apart, I'm not feeling it for the A2 Geo. Strong start, lame finish. It's kind of like me in bed. It happens. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm sorry for the brief video. I'm sorry for the weird lack of stats and real enthusiasm. But as I said, no pants. And Charleston, South Carolina, I fucking hate this state. Alright, I really do. It's the worst. Even the babies have beards. And like the only place you can eat is a Cracker Barrel. Fuck Cracker Barrel. Fuck it. And they seceded. They seceded. Fuck this. Not even the real country. I'm out.